Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
We had Kai Kroeger, punter from South Carolina, and then we let go of Hunter Dekkers, quarterback. Obviously, just making that move there as we go, and we'll see how everything progresses moving forward. The injury things that we had talked about, Juwan Trayton and John, Juwan was limited in practice. The other two did not participate in practice. Obviously, it'll be a little thing. It'll take a few days for those guys to get back into it, but they'll be fine, nothing long term.
Kellen Moore running through a little transaction today. You might remember Kai Kroeger, who punted at South Carolina, was an All-American in 2022, first-team All-SEC in 22 and 24. They actually brought him to SEC Media Days. He was that impactful of a punter. Was undrafted. We got picked up by the Jets, waived by the Jets, now picked up by the Saints. Saints have three punters, including James Burnip, the rookie out of Alabama, who's got a huge leg, and then Matthew Hayball from Vanderbilt, who was the punter last year. So that battle very much wide open. But it's interesting to me that in order to bring in Kai Kroeger, the corresponding, to bring someone in, you have to create a roster spot. So you can't just sign as many players as you want. So you have the 90-man roster limit. So they had to waive somebody. Well, who they waived was Hunter Dekkers. Remember, Dekkers is the quarterback who we talked about, who I liked a lot. Dekkers was a talented guy who was at Iowa State. He got caught up in the sports betting scandal there at Iowa State, ended up going to a JUCO or an NAIA, something like that, because he couldn't play in the NCAA anymore, and then gets his opportunity back now with the New Orleans Saints, but the Saints waive him. It's interesting because I was thinking, 4 quarterbacks feels like a lot, but I texted Ross Jackson just a minute ago, of course, from LouisianaSports.net. By the way, Ross's practice reports. It was 8 pages of notes today. I mean, when I tell you, I don't mean to go on a tangent here, but I keep reiterating this. There is no more detailed practice report that anyone is doing than what Ross Jackson is doing at LouisianaSports.net, and it's free, like free for free. No paywalls. There's no article limits. There's no freemium. It's not we're getting you in to then sign you up. It's free. We're operating Louisiana Sports.net the same way we've operated our radio station, all of our content. We are an ad-based model where we're going to do great content. Hopefully you support it, and then advertisers want to be part of what we're doing. So please go read Ross's report. Anyway, now back on track. I texted Ross. I was like, hey, did they have 4 quarterbacks in camp last year? He goes, yeah, they had Nathan choice word Peterman. Camp until August the 2nd. I had forgotten about that. They did have Nathan Peterman in camp last year. So they had 4 in camp last year as well, with Derek Carr, Spencer Rattler, Jake Haener, and Nathan Peterman. So, of course, you have camp arms. Hunter Dekkers is just an interesting one to me because but for the betting scandal, that's a Power 4 quarterback that was a really productive player that probably would have been taken somewhere in day 3 of a draft, or maybe even higher. Who knows how it could have gone for him. But so the decision to let Hunter Dekkers go to bring in Kai Kroeger is interesting. And they asked Kellen Moore about that decision. Like, you could have released anyone on the roster. Why Dekkers?
Yeah, we're just in a goofy situation quarterback-wise with just the reps right now. Obviously, we think the world of Hunter, and we'll see how everything progresses here moving forward. And obviously, we feel really good with his development.
They asked also in a follow-up, because remember, if he goes unsigned, they could always bring him back. So they asked Kellen Moore that question: would you bring him back?
We'll see how this all progresses. Hunter's done a really nice job here for us, and so we'll just see how everything progresses as we go.
He just says nothing. He just says absolutely nothing. For what it's worth, when he talked about sort of the goofy situation with the reps. So in this practice on Thursday, and again, hat tip Ross Jackson, you can go see this. It's all there for you. Ross is charting every quarterback rep. And so in each report, you're getting that day's reps and then the running total. So here's the running total for the 3 quarterbacks. Spencer Rattler is 61 of 83. I'm terrible at math. I'm certainly not going to do mental math, so let me get up my calculator. So he's 61 of 83. That's 73%. So Rattler is completing 73% of his passes so far. Haener is 52 of 75 for 69% completion. And then Tyler Shough, and this is all of camp, not just today, is 34 of 58, which is 58%. So Rattler's at 73%, Haener's at, 69%, and then Shough is at 56%. What did I say? 34 divided by 58 is 58%, excuse me. So, and then just look at the reps, the attempts. Rattler has attempted 83 passes. Haener has attempted 75 passes. Shough has attempted 58 passes. So you're also seeing that disparity as well, where you're trying to get all three of those guys reps. There just aren't reps right now for Dekkers. And usually you have a camp arm, like we talk about, where it's someone like someone has to go out there and throw passes to the DBs and so on and so forth. So you have a camp arm to do that to protect the guys who are making the roster. This is one of those instances where you got three dudes that are getting that need all the reps they're getting. So it'll be interesting if there is a spot somewhere along the way for Dekkers. I guess I could see a reality where if you get to the final 53-man roster and maybe, let's say, you waive Jake Haener with the intention of signing him back to the practice squad, but someone picks him up and signs him to their active roster, then maybe you could bring a Hunter Dekkers back and sign him to your practice squad. Something worth watching as it moves forward. But as of now, down to 3 quarterbacks after Hunter Dekkers was waived to add Kai Kroeger. Can Kai Kroeger win this job? That'll be fascinating to watch.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.